Hey, Midoriya, who do you think you're gonna go to for what? Internships? I don't know. Uh, I don't know, man. Not sure, honestly. I mean, I've looked through it, but I don't know. I mean, I got good offers, right? And right and all, but still not sure. No one's really have has caught my eye so far, but I'm also only halfway through the whole entire thing, so who knows? All right. Yeah, I forgot you got like 5 million. It's not that much in reality. I got 30, dude. Yeah, I know. I can see that, Kaminari. You make me angry. Why? You're handsome, popular with everyone, it seems like. Teachers, other students. You're good with heroes that come in. Like, dude, you're the complete package. You're perfect, dude. You're strong, your quirks awesome, but yet you're so humble about it. It's weird. There's something up with you, and I'm gonna figure out what. Okay. Um, I wish you the best of luck in that. Oh, you better keep one eye open. I'll get to you. I'll get to you. Quit threatening him, man. It's probably because he has a better showing, dude. He actually spends time studying and training, unlike you, Kaminari. Jiro, what did I do to you? Annoying me. That's not the biggest thing here, though. You annoy me greatly. What? Huh? I'm so confused. Yeah, that sucks for you. I gotta get back to work. Hello, it is me, We Anime or Anime We. I'm here to bring you part 4 of What If Deku Had a Fire Quirk. Now, you probably must be asking yourself, how is it on part 4 and your other What If are on part 3? Simple word, recording issues. Um, now, well, with my Jujutsu Kaisen What If, last Friday, I wasn't in the right headspace. I couldn't get myself to record. Um, I tried to get in that right headspace throughout the weekend, and I just couldn't. I wasn't feeling motivated. Okay. And then on Monday, I actually got back into it, got recording for the Naruto What If you are like curious about it. It's on my channel, 3 parts of it. It will eventually be put into a playlist for you all. So yeah, as this What If and the Jujutsu Kaisen What If will also be in a playlist as well. Um, that you'll be able to find on my channel, hopefully. Um, yeah, I don't know. um, like usual, going through stuff. Yay. I don't know why I turned this what if into like the real one. Like like I'm not joking. It's like the most real to like anything. Right? I don't know why though. Like I've kind of done it in the past where I've taken what ifs, mostly the characters within it, and just turned it into this real life like real life problem crap, and like it gives it like a new wave of like feeling to the actual what if, but it also changes it like in a way to where like you kind of realize, oh yeah, it kind of is just like what I'm going through. Like, oh, I know how that feels, right? Um, yeah, I don't know. Like in my life right now, I've been worrying so much about stuff, but that's such a big part. Like like my entire family like is a big worrying like factory. That's what we do. I know my mother does it a lot. She worries like quite a bit about things. And like I just started doing this where I'll notice something wrong with me and I'll look it up like and then get depressed over like issues over what it says like, oh, I did not need to know that. I should have just like left it alone. Right? That's been me over the past month. Just like look up, oh, look it up, oh, just off and on, really. It turned into depression. Sorry, I was getting a drink of water. Um, but yeah, that's just how my life has been going. If any of you were curious. Anyways, if you didn't know, I'm We Anime or Anime We. You can find me all over the place on the internet. Um, yeah, you can basically find me anywhere, really. Uh, on Twitter and Instagram, it's We Anime. Uh, well, actually, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. It's actually We Anime Real. Real is in all caps. Uh, kind of just on there, like occasionally, like not all the time, just here and there. I haven't done anything on there yet, but I'm on Instagram too. Mostly on here though, doing stuff each and every week, 3 times a week. Question for you all, and I will answer it as well. What's the current series you're watching? Not, it can either be anime or just on YouTube, a YouTube series or TV show that you've been watching on and on. Mine is currently Origins of Olympus season 2. Just the entire like Origins of Olympus like series, mostly Xylophonies POV. I do want to watch. I plan on watching other POVs, but I've been mostly just watching Xylos, which I have made a yearly thing for me, to where like I'll watch it all the way through, like yearly, like season 1 to 3. I do want to watch other POVs though. Uh, don't know who though. If you have recommendations, if you're into Origins of Olympus or a Xylophony fan here on YouTube. I also do plan on adding the entirety of the season 4 and 5 of Fairy Tail Origins. I do plan on adding those into my yearly like watch list. I plan on watching those after I watch Origins Olympus. So yeah, yeah. I, okay. If you all are editors, like the cool edits on TikTok. of fairy tale or just anime characters in general, could we get an edit of like a cool one of someone in Origins Olympus, like Rikaro? Dude, Rikaro is crazy. Uh, Hi, I'm Rikaro. I'm a unicorn. What? Anyways, let me get a drink of water, then we can officially get into this. All right, you'll have until the end of this week to set your internships into stone. Okay. Um, but we will still be doing classes over this week, so hero classes and training will still be happening over this week alongside the normal classes. But those periods will be shortened by a couple minutes in between, um, so you all will get time to um, get your crap internships under control. Sorry, I forgot. I'm too tired for this. Unlike you all, I still, unlike many of the other teachers, I still do my job. Anyways, uh, you all have 30 minutes before the bell rings, so look through your things. I'm gone. The bell dismisses you. Don't leave until then. Anyways, have a great rest of your day, or whatever. I don't get paid enough for this. Whoa, he's really tired. Yeah, no kidding. Way more than usual. He took way more naps than usual today. Did he have like way more coffee too, or whatever? How, how did you notice? It's fine. He's still a hero. Okay? We know Melissa, but it's weird. He must be just working way harder. It's just plain and simple. It's just the way it works. You're very good at Japanese for being a foreigner. Well, I had to learn because of my uncle, who is like from here, and I when I transferred, I thought it's a Japanese school, so I thought I should probably get fluent, and I'm still trying to get it down. um, Thank you for your patience with that too. It's fine. I'm tired. So, what's your else plans for this weekend? Well, not weekend. This week. Wouldn't you like to know, Electric Boy? Meme? Yeah, that's why I was asking. Oh, okay. Training, studying. That's it. Anyways, what about you, Ash? Hair? Old man? What? Why did you call me an old man? Gray hair. You know, a lot of people have gray hair, right? That aren't like over. in their years, high up in their years of life, right? Well, why do you have gray hair? I was born with it. I mean, what else do you want me to say? That, oh yeah, I dye my hair gray? No. It's also more of a silvery, like gray, anyways. It's more of a, like a black, like semi, like medium gray. I don't know, just kind of have it. My dad had gray hair growing up, and I know he's not that old. He's like 40s alongside my mother. Huh. So, how you get the red in your hair? My mother. Well, actually, not her. She has green hair. Um, Someone in her family had red hair, or maybe it was my dad. I don't remember. I think she showed me a younger photo of herself. She had red hair, but dyed it because of her father or something. I don't know, man. I didn't really ask too many questions about it. Plus, I barely remember it. I was like 12 when she told me this, so I wasn't really bothered with it. So I just have this now, as he would just flow his hand through his hair, like floofing it. Okay, it's a lot more chiller of a Bakugo to others. Like he still is that loud, rambunctious, like character who's cocky and arrogant because of his quirk and strength, but he can have chill days. So it's just a matter of the day that he's like like this. Anyways, I don't know why my voice turned into like a robot, honestly, kind of like this, dog, y'all, y'all. Anyways, um, yeah, it would kind of just turn into just a lot of talking from like a lot of different conversations would be happening. Um, but mostly Izuku would be quiet, as he would notice Jiro would, like, from the corner of his eye, would be looking at him, like squinting, or just in a questioning look, as then he would turn and see Denki straight up in his face, like wide eyes, as he would say, I'm gonna get to know you. So, what's your favorite food? Color? Tree? Flower? Hibiscus? I like it. It's red. It's a nice flower. But then there's also like the rose. It's tulips. I love tulips. Tulips are nice. Um, trying to think. I don't know. One of those. Okay. Sport. Um, Not really that big into sports. I mean baseball, but I also only really got into baseball because it would kind of fit in the way like. I kind of just learned how to throw, um, like my fireballs. Really, is the only reason why I got into baseball, to learn how to throw better. Yeah, that's really it. Like, honestly. Okay. Um, Izuku's voice would kind of change throughout all. Instead of this like gravelly, it kind of goes softer and then go back to gravelly, like not really gravelly, but like a semi deeper tone, but that would kind of have that gravelly like feeling. And then switch to that lower tone and then back and forth. Eventually, Kaminari wouldn't really mind it, like really care, because like maybe he has something stuck in his throat. But Jiro would notice this, like, there's something up with you. And especially after their talk, at the sports festival, she would notice like quite easily now, but wouldn't bring it up within the class. As Denki and well, not Denki, but yeah, Denki and Izuku would continue their talk of Izuku's favorite things. Heroes would come up. Then he would tell the story of like, well, my favorite hero is Mirako, um, for multiple reasons. But here's the cool thing: I got a story. You know my scar, right? Yeah, bro. Yeah, I know. The stomach one? Yeah, that's my only scar. No, I mean you got more. What? Yeah, on your legs and your like wrist and forearms. Oh, yeah, yeah. Eh, yeah, forgot about this. He'd just laugh it off. That in particular like moment. But he would go on to explain like the story of when he got like put into this hostage situation with the like villain that Mirako and that group of heroes were chasing named Black Steel. Uh, like a steel body quirk is what he would have. And how he slashed his stomach open, just gutted him basically, and just left him there to, you know, you know, uh, pass, right? But luckily, heroes just sealed it up the best they could, and then went to the hospital, and Izuku would get surgery done, right? And how Mirako, out of off duty, would go and visit him, right? Just explaining, just telling him like, yeah, it was a scary moment, probably the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. But you grow from those experiences. It's kind of like the USJ. What happened then? You kind of just grow from those moments, even though they're scary things. You grow as you um, learn from your moments. Then a memory would pop up. Wait a second. Who was she? Who was who? Some person was getting chased by villains. I don't remember. Huh. Like, I can remember her, I can remember the moment, I can remember the words, but her actual face, I never seen. Her hair, purple and pink. Strange. Either way, never mind. It doesn't matter. Um, yeah. They would just continue their talk. Days would go on. Um, more uh, Izuku would look through more and more of these internships, finding a couple that he would be able to choose from that actually interested him. One eventually coming like about the end of the like actual stack, which I'm gonna say like Izuku got like 500 and um 49 different like papers. Looking through them all throughout the week, this one would come to his mind like quickly. Like, that's her. That's her. Okay, okay. Well, I know who I'm going to. The picture would be of a female with purple and pink hair. Eventually, the week of the internships would come up to, uh, well, up to the day of Monday when they would start. Midoriya would get on train after train on bus, and then another bus after that, finally making it to the city that this internship would be held in. I can't remember like city names in Japan, okay? I can't remember that. I don't. Okay, so you can think of whatever city you want to. Okay. Uh, I'll tell you this, it's not Tokyo or uh okay, I want to say that. It would be more north than farther up north than Tokyo. Okay. So it's on the north side of the island, the country is what I should say. So yeah, um, as they would go on, they would. I'm sorry. Um, I've been having this issue of just plain out forgetting just time. Minus. Okay, it's only been 27 minutes. Cool, cool. Um. Anyways, sorry about that. So as over the period of time that it would take him to actually get there, it would be hours by that point. He started in the morning, right? From school, they got there, they got explained a couple things, they got directions to the actual agency their own agencies that they're going to, and yeah, they would go. Izuku would probably have the most traveling time, like throughout his class, probably. That's just my speculation, okay? But as he would get there, he would be greeted at as he would make it to the agency, he would go to walk up to the door with his, like, you know how Gray from Fairy Tail always has that, like duffel bag is what Izuku would be carrying, full of his stuff. His briefcase with his hero suit would be in it. Um, Clothing, which Izuku would be wearing his normal clothes. He wouldn't be wearing his UA uniform right now. Okay. He wouldn't even put it on. So I'll explain on what he's wearing. Like his normal clothes would be. Okay. Where is it? I am blind. He would wear a black sleeve. I I can't read. ADHD, man, autism, brain fog does a lot to you. Um, a black long sleeve shirt, red sweatpants, and black sandals. Okay. His bag would be filled with just things that you would need. All right. Anyways, um, he would be greeted by the hero by the name of Lady Nagant at her agency off of the like northern city of off of the in the north of Japan. And she would say, "Hey, I recognize you." Anyways, thanks for coming. Go on in. We'll get greetings done here in a minute, okay? Um, come up to my office with me and we'll get things situated. Situated. I can't say situated any other way anymore. It actually, after actively, I have to try not to say situated. I don't know why. It's became a part of my vocabulary, my word safe. There we go. That's the right word. I'm an idiot, dog. I'm stupid as crap. Anyways. Ah, ah, sorry. Um, anyways. Izuku would get explained on how the internships would get to work, on what they would be doing, the training schedule, where he would be staying, which would be in the agency in a separate room, right? Their like walking around schedule, patrolling. That's what it's called. That's a word for it, right? That's what he would be getting explained, right? And eventually she would say, I should explain this too. I want to say thank you for helping me out at the USJ. Um, I was doing some undercover stuff uh, for the Hero League, the HL, um, like the main people in charge, right? Um, I was doing some undercover stuff to get into a group of villains that have been causing a lot of issues. So I went through the processes of joining them, making up a fake criminal record, which you don't really need to know that, all the logistics of that. Um, Thank you, though. I greatly appreciate it. Mostly the only reason I actually sent this out, and I completely forgot to explain it to you. So, if you'd like to know more about that mission, we can go over it. But if you don't want to, we can just get straight to training, and then tomorrow, um, we will go on our first patrol. So, things would go way different over this week. The Hoshu City incident would still happen. Um, the thing is, some things would be changed drastically. Um, okay. But the next very day would be spent patrolling in the morning and the evening, and then or afternoon, I mean, and in the evening they would train for a couple hours, and then throughout the night they would go patrol. Okay, so what Izuku would be basically doing, well, I guess his hero name should be said as well. But first, what he would be doing is mostly patrolling, learning stuff, being taught multiple things about the hero business and within different categories of what heroes do. Like, there would be the more popular heroes, that would be public heroes, right? That would be always out on the ground, like making sure, taking pictures with kids and signing stuff for fans is basically what the public hero would be. But behind the public hero would be the private underground hero, right? That would do these type of missions, the more dangerous ones, the ones that were allowed to use lethal force depending on the villain. It would fully depend on what type of villain they were. Now, if they do would ever like off a villain, they would get a pay like deduction. But that's really it. Like a smack on the hand like type deal. And there would be nothing about it. Nothing would be shown. They would be told to either get rid of it, the body, or put it in a body bag and take it with them. That would be the full on like course on what a underground private hero would do. Right? Now there would be different types of underground villains, not villains, heroes. Like Aizawa would be one who would he's only called underground because he does do a lot of the stuff like off scenes out of like prying eyes, mostly patrolling at night, taking down villains at night mostly, right? That's why he would be considered a underground hero within these terms, right? But someone like Lady Nagant here, who is a hero, a private underground hero that does more lethal things, more dangerous jobs, more set on invasion, incursion, that's not even the right word, but more low key stuff that the public does not need to know, right? Now, it has been like leaked by other like retiring heroes that there are these type of people around, so it'd kind of be like a situation like the House of Owls in like DC comics that are like they're they might be real, but we're unsure. Like from the public eye, they're like unsure if they're real or not, right? But that's what they would do. That's what Lady Nagant does for this hero society that they live in. But back to uh, Izuku's hero name, the outlandish fire hero, Ferrex. Ferrex, I forget how to say it, but I do know it's like Latin for wild, and then Ignis is Latin for fire. I had a big um, Latin fit when I would use Latin words. So it's Wildfire is his like actual like hero name within the English word, but Ferox, Ignis is his hero name. But for simplicity, just call him Wildfire. At least that's what he he told Lady Nagant. Like this is my hero name, but like you don't have to call me it. Just I'd rather keep my name out of the books, right? So on missions, uh, they slash she would call Izuku either Ferox, Ferox, or just plain out Ignis or Wildfire. It would wouldn't really matter. And his hero suit would be a dark tan opened coat, crop top with a gray fur collar, two black bracelets, one on each wrist, black combat like baggy pants with a lot of pockets, with gray fur at the bottom of the pants, also black boots. So that's what his hero suit would look like. Now, there would be nothing like major for Izuku here at this time. They were so far away from Hosu, if I'm not mistaken, that like they wouldn't be able to help with the Hosu incident, but there would be something different. Um, Lady Lady Nagant during a patrol would disappear at one point. This would probably be on the same day as the Hosu incident would be going on. Like this is before they weren't like notified of it at this point. But this would be during that time of like we're during the same time, during the same day, night and all that. They would both would be like sitting on the rooftop just watching over this city throughout the alleyways and on the other rooftops, right? Things like that. Lady Nagant would just randomly go poof at this point, right? Izuku wouldn't really, like, he would notice, like, he would hear first steps, like, oh, she must either be going to take a number one or two somewhere, or she saw something like, I'm gonna go check this out, just to keep it silent, right? And he would look back, gone, okay. He would stand up and then realize, as he would look down, not over the building, but on in the middle of his chest would be a glowing red dot from across the rooftop. He would look out on the other side, knowing that, oh, they know I'm here. They clearly do. Now the question is what is their intent? Which it was quite like clear that like, oh yeah, they're trying to like take me out. Cool. So he would just stand there looking over. Then something would land behind him. This is from one, he would presume. He would walk up behind him, put their hand on the back of their neck, on his neck, and say, don't move, okay? That's my friend over there. They're a real good shot. So you will not move from this position. Not even an inch, okay? Or there's gonna be a bullet heading your way. You feel me? You see, we got your friend too. So, I'm gonna give you an option. Which it should, two options, okay? You don't move. We get to do whatever we want in this city. But you just gotta stay right here. We're gonna go do what we want. And we're gonna make sure that you two heroes aren't gonna do anything. Out of the corner of his eye, which Izuku wouldn't get the full like picture or the full sight of this person, right? All he would see is a helmet with a green X like built on it, and the rest would be pure like black, like like kind of like tech wear, just like this baggy like clothing that would seem to like be carrying a lot, but with green accents all over. And from what Izuku could see, like across the way, which now given the buildings aren't lit up, right, but the moon is quite bright, so he could see a glimpse of the other person who would have a yellow, like X across the mask, and yellow accents over their clothing, which it was hard to see. He can't really see like the color directly, but he would like from what the very little he can see is yellowish, so it could be somewhere between like a orange or yellow or like a burnt something or red for all he knows. Then the person would say, or your second option is you're done. You as a hero is done. I think we both know the right option. Okay? Now stay there. Nod. Izuku would nod. He would, well, the guy would say, nod if you understand. Which he would nod, which was the one thing he was allowed to do. Right? So he would just stand there, light on his chest, hearing the footsteps leave. In his head, he would say, they're silent. Their steps, after they left her, silent. And then, looking up, he would see the man walking in the air. In his head, he would say, so that's your quirk. Good to know. Heading over across the way from the other building to the other building with the red dot, like sniper there, explaining things like they already knew it, but he would just say that him and now that Izuku can see a little bit better over there, knowing that directly where they are, like, okay, so there'd be white X's on these other people's like mask. Three of them would stay there alongside this person with the other different colored mask. In his mind, he would say, "So he's the leader, presumably, while the other person is like another leader of sorts, maybe like a lieutenant. And then there's presumably another one with Nagant. So, this is going to be a risky move, but heat and wind will change a bullet's trajectory. Even by a little, it would still change. And that would give me enough time to heat up, find Lady Nagant. And then we can take care of these people." I've heard of these people. They're the Crossers. A hero years ago. That, well, presumably hero. I thought they took them down. But I'm guessing it was just like the starting group in the past. Crap. And don't they work with the Yakuza or something? I don't exactly remember the whole entire news, like, breakdown of it all. But that's fine. This will be perfectly fine. I'll give it. I'll start to heat up with my wild breathing fire. This would still be a shorter time than usual. Not shorter time, but a similar time to what he would have at the sports festival. Nearly 2.5 minutes. Okay. So he would start to focus the heat like inside of him, and it would begin after like a few minutes or so. It would begin to actually, okay, now maximum effort, and then boom, his entire body would engulf in flames. He would, like, the fire would look like he would have ears and like a dog like, wolf like ears and tail, right? The kind of fluffy esque tail of a dog, or I mean wolf. And then ears, well, seemingly kind of like ears. It would kind of be like what it would seem like. And then the fur color mane from his coat would be added on to it. So after that, he would just poof. Not really poof in a, like a, just disappear, fizzle out. Like as the person would fire, gone. In a heat like haze. Just gone. Then he would see a huge, like, dust cloud would just poof up. It would be, well, not a dust cloud, but a, like, a cloud of smoke. Green. Well, not green. Uh, Orange smoke would be seen. This person would say, "Men, there, now, let's move. We have to move. He knows where we." And then would be heard. And then another. That first one would happen, right? And then two, like, firearm shots would be heard. Um, and then a third. Which, remember, there were only three men behind, like, that stayed with this one. Just boom, boom, boom. The one in a yellowish uh mask would quickly swing around. It would actually just plain up be yellow. Now I'm thinking about it. Like, just they would quickly turn around, seeing that their men. What is happening? What is happening? And then she would hear in a ghastly like voice, or in a, like, a heat, like, she would feel a wave of heat like hit her, and she would then turn back around to their side, see this just person engulfed in flame. What just happened? My friend happened. Wild burning fist is all she would hear after then feeling an impact hit her gut. Flames would, like, heat would just quickly just heighten. And then she would fall unconscious. Izuku would then move quickly so that the heat wouldn't really do much more to them. And then over comms, which would be staticky because of the heat, go find, no, go the other and it kind of be staticky. He would hear each and every word. Lady Nagant, though, would say, "Go find them. I'll arrest them," and that's what he would do. And then screams would be heard, um, which Lady Nagant would hear, and over intercom she would hear, "They're dealt with." And all Izuku would hear is just static. Eventually quit after he would finally cool down and not be engulfed in flames, which he would just slump against in an alleyway against a wall. Like there was a there were people inside a building getting robbed. Right, Izuku went in quickly, fireballs, well, wild disappearing, buckshot to be exact, through the windows. They would probably actually just break from the heat that he would carry, is actually the case. The glasses, like the windows would shatter, and then eventually just the green X mask men would finally just be hit. Just would start to scream and yell like they were just got caught on fire, and they would start to roll, eventually pass out, right? And then a person engulfed in flame would appear. As this person would run at him, the green X mask would yell at him, "What? Okay, I guess you moved then. That's fine. I'll deal with you." Um, Air pressure, well, wind or air pressure would be made into like blades of sorts, and this person would grab them, or well, in their hands, bring their hands together into a kamehameha like position, and say, "Air pressure to the max. X marks the spot. Air cannon." Yeah, Izuku would just go poof. He'd just disappear again, and then this the green X, well, green crosser person would, who was actually a lieutenant person of a higher like person. So yeah, returning villains, yes sir. Either way, Izuku would make contact with his wild, explosive, burning fist. Like as he would swing back, this guy would just feel his skin would start to like peel, like as the heat, like as Izuku's fist would start to get closer, his clothes would like start to singe and burn away. That would leave an open spot for Izuku's fist to actually land and connect. And then as it would just boom, explode in flames. And then Izuku would quickly get out to that alleyway and just slump over against it, like after telling Lady Nagant that they're dealt with. Uh, Cops would eventually arrive, get in there, start arresting, as Izuku would just like lay there slumped, like now sitting, like just heavy breathing, like shakily. Eventually, Lady Nagant would get there, start explaining things like, "Yeah, villains. I even have more just right over there. I brought over. Um, have you all seen a young man here? He's my student right now, like sidekick. they would all say no, and she would head out of the building, noticing, starting to feel heat. Like there was always a heat, like a leftover heat right there. But now, as she would walk away from, away, noticing where it would get hotter and hotter. Like eventually finding him just looking straight up, just profusely sweating, just eyes are kind of just there, just staring at the ground. Not really at the ground, like he knows this feeling. He's trained this technique over the last few months. Even before getting into UA, he's training this. Uh, right. She would rush over, bend down to him. Like he couldn't pick up his head. He could barely talk. So forcefully, grabbing him by the back of his hair, bringing his head up, making him look at her, and she would say, "Are you okay? Hello?" Like waving her hand across his eyes. What was that? Is that the same thing that at the sports festival? Hey, hello. Hi. It felt nice. What? Your hands. Back of the head. Nothing. He would mumble that part, like what actually felt good. What? What did you say? Nothing. Whoa, easy there. You need water? Something. But I'll be fine. Just give me a moment. Um. It feels nice. You could see his entire body shaking. Hey, you're you sure you're okay? Yeah, I'm doing just peachy. You know, you're special. Yeah, yeah, I am a unicorn. A unicorn? I am a unicorn. Sure. Let's, can you stand? Possibly. I'm a unicorn. Okay, bud. Just come on, get up. She would help him up, um, noticing he's just basically dragging his feet. Like, he's trying to walk. Like, this is the most movement he's done with this, and alongside other techniques that he's done, uh, kind of caused him to, overuse. Like, he's already, he always overuses Quirk when he does the wild breathing fire, right? It always kind of ends up like he overuses Quirk, over amps up. Uh, you could, his entire skin is red just from the heat alone. But eventually, ambulance would arrive. Like someone would be able to cool him off. Like that's all he would need is water, uh, something to cool him down, help him cool down, like quicken it up. His heart rate would finally go down to a normal pace. Which after that he would explain on what that technique does. Like with the heat, it just amps up everything. The fire covers and insides. Like he would explain all. Um, but eventually, he would be done. He would explain the things. and they would be able to go on their way. Eventually, making it back to the agency, he would get a shower, a cold, like a pure cold, ice cold shower. He would come out of the shower steaming. Say, you got to go to school in the winter, right? Yeah, that's kind of how that works. Crap. Why? My house doesn't have heating. So I was gonna like ask you, hey, you want to stay over and be like my electric blanket? But I felt like that was too weird to ask. So, what? Yeah, that's my entire like. I don't really like getting cold. This is the thing. And you with your fire quirk, you can heat up and like use your body as a heater. I mean, technically, yeah. I don't think I've really ever gotten cold. Now that I'm thinking about it. uh, anyway, what? I have a question. Yeah, what's up with the scars? I got explained about your stomach one, where you got captured. I got the story from Mirko. We're good friends, actually, funnily enough. But what about your gut? Not your gut, your wrist and forearms and your legs. What's up with those? Nothing. They're nothing. Kid, come on. If you're going through something, you can tell me. Over this last few days, it's been a real fun time. Probably the most fun I've had in a while. Honestly, with the training and patrols, you're a good kid. So you can tell me what's up, okay? If you need someone to talk to. I was in your shoes once. I mean, I don't know what you're going through, but I think I have a guess. It's nothing. It's fine. I'll be fine. Now we both know that's not true. You don't have to carry the world on your back, okay? All by yourself. Okay? So come on. What? Come here. He would walk up and walk up to her. She would put her hands on his shoulders, and say, I've been noticing this. I just haven't said anything. After the patrolling is done and training's done, you've been having this sad glance in your eyes, and tonight just made it worse. Why is that? I don't know, honestly. Just maybe the anxiety of this all, the stress of it all. I don't know. I haven't really had this much worry oh, huh, in a while about this. Just knowing this now, just after what happened tonight, well, just a little bit ago, in reality. I'm scared, so scared. He would start to tear up and he'd start to talk about it, eventually turning out into a like a full on like sobbing mess, a crying mess. Not really like he would be able to put out words, but mostly just mumbling after a little bit. They would be somewhere higher up in the floors of this in her agency. Eventually, Izuku would just pass out. Tears would still just flow out from both parties. She'd just kind of sit there a little while longer, him in her arms. So you're just a scared kid that just held up his trauma and his own pool of it and just let it sit there. You just let your feelings sit there all this time, building up and doing these terrible things to yourself over and over again, just to just to make sure you know that just to feel something. That's why your arms and legs are covered in these scars from yourself, burn marks on your hands, and just body in general from overusing your quirk, trying to make sure you could keep everyone safe. Your classmates and especially. Hmm. Damn kid, you're a sad sack, just trying to live his life. Now the question is how you deal with it. You deal with your silence and sadness in a way that so many people have done it, but you just do it to count it. How many times you've thought about doing it. And there's so many scars at this point, that it's it's unrecognizable how many scars you have. It's just a jumbled mess of marks. I don't think anybody could count how many separate ones there are. You truly just needed someone to listen. This world is cruel, alright. It's funny that you always say wild. Your hero name is Wildfire. Now, given it's is it a double meaning? Is my question. Is your name a double meaning? The literal term wildfire can mean so many things with different meanings. Is it just a wildfire up in there, up in your head? Probably is, huh? Just waiting to collapse. Instead of in a forest, it's like a building, a concrete jungle, just waiting to collapse. Well, you're staying with me tonight, I guess. Because I doubt you'll wake up. And plus, I don't think it would be a good idea to leave you alone. You even got me teary-eyed. And I'm the one that takes people down for a living. And this is the thing that gets me. A kid that talks about his problems. Now, even though you don't know how to ask for help, you just kind of wait until it all piles up and falls down and collapses. You are special. Like you said, you are a unicorn. Anyways, hi. I'm, I wish to be a voice actor one day. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed that very much. I know another sad ending, not really a sad moment in it, talking about real problems people deal with. Yay! Anyways, yeah, thank you all for watching so much. I truly do appreciate it. And I hope to see you all next time. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Or whenever I hope the rest of whenever you're watching this. I hope you have a great time. Anyways, roll the dice. I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.